Hey everybody, welcome back. One of the things I was thinking about before I clicked go live was we need to have some kind of like tagline or something to start these videos out. Something like, well, the first thing that comes to my mind is "Good morning, Vietnam." Although I cannot say it like Robin Williams, and this definitely isn't Vietnam. This is Napa, Idaho, and we're in the U.S. So hey, forget that one. So some of you may know that we've been doing these videos weekly, and unfortunately, we didn't do one last week, and that was due to the video connection or something. It just really was choppy, and I wasn't really happy with the quality that I was putting out there, and so because the video and the audio were not synced and it kept kicking in and out, I just didn't feel good about that. So we just scrapped that and figured come back this week and try it again. I've tested it several times and it seems to be working well. If you happen to notice that all of a sudden the volume just stops for a moment and kicks in and out, please go ahead and leave that in the comments for me so I can kind of see that going on. Otherwise, I'd like to go ahead and kind of get started here. So today what I want to do was what I was going to do last week was to talk about how to clean your home like a pro. And there's really a huge difference between the way I would normally clean my house on my own and the way we train people to go into your home to take care of it. And what we're always working on is we want to make sure that we're efficient with our time and that we're thorough with what we're doing. So here, let me show you what I've kind of created. I went ahead and wanted to make sure that we upped our game in these videos and we increased our graphics and made it like woohoo pop. So I spent a lot of money on this, and well, here's my graphic. You like it? Yeah, I know, it's just fabulous. This typically, if you can see those lines there, that's typically how most of us all clean our home. We're just like all over Hex Half Acre. We go into the bathroom and we are taking things out of there and we're like, oh, that goes into the bedroom, and oh, that goes down to this bedroom, or that goes, and we're just all over the map. And we spend hours and hours in our home trying to get it clean, only to get to the end of the day feeling like we're extremely exhausted and trying to understand what in the heck we did. If that's you, go ahead and admit it in the comments, and you will not be alone. I promise you, you will not be alone, because that's how I have done my home at times too. And it's easy because, for those of us that have kids, you've got your kids talking to you or fighting or playing or whatever it might be. They're just all over the place. And so you're trying to get things done in between that, and it makes it really difficult to focus on getting things done. So you do what you can as you can, and that's understandable and commendable. So kudos to you who are doing that. But I want to kind of show you something of the way that us professionals in the house cleaning industry, how we approach stuff. And hopefully that will help you out when it comes to taking care of your home and giving you some better ideas of how to be more efficient and timely and get as much done as possible as you can with the limited time that you have. Because let's face it, we all have only 24 hours in a day, and crazy enough, we have to sleep. Unless you're like me, who likes to stay up really late and get up early. Yeah, don't be like me. Anyway, so the way to go ahead and get going, one of the first things that we want to let you know is that for doing this as a profession and being more like a professional, one, you've got to separate your cleaning from your decluttering, organizing, because you can't do both of those at the same time. It makes it very difficult and it sucks up your time. So if you want to go ahead and clean your home like a house cleaning professional, make sure that you take care of the decluttering and the organizing. Get that stuff out of the way first. That's the main thing, because you're going to want to be able to tackle these areas without being distracted by all that other stuff. And just a second, I'm going to move my lamp here. That's blinding me. Anyway, so let's go ahead and start. The first thing about it is you want to look more like this. Another cool graphic. You want to make sure that you're doing more of a planned procedure, or what's the word? I'll come up with it later. But anyway, you can see with this graphic here. So the idea is we want to start at the place farthest back of the home and work our way out. That's how we do it when we come into your home. We want to make sure we're being efficient and timely with our time and getting through this. So we're going to start here, like say in this bedroom, and then we're going to go ahead and come into this one and get the bathroom, come to this other bathroom, take care of the living room section, take care of the kitchen, or vice versa, and then work our way out, take care of the floors. So the idea is to make sure that it looks more like this when you're taking care of your home versus this chaos. So that's the main thing there. Then when we go into a room, we always want to use the top to bottom, left to right concept. So you always want to work in a top to bottom fashion and work your way around the room. Now you can break your stuff up like we do, and you can go around the room taking care of like your high and low dusting, those things that cause you to have to really reach up and bend over, that repetitive stuff. We go around that as one whole pass, but we make sure we complete that before we start the next task. And the next task in a bedroom might be coming through and wiping like your touch points, your doorknobs, your light switches, things of that nature, and dusting as we go. And we want to make sure we keep that going all the way around, not going from one side of the room to the other and back again, because that eats up our time. So going around and finishing it, that's how you do it. And then out in a bedroom, you just go ahead and take care of the floor. And then you'd be done with that room, and you work your way out of the room. And unlike most of the time when we're taking care of the floors, we're kind of walking around on them and getting in our own way. So always think about working your way out. Another thing I'd like to go and share with you that we use that can help out is an apron. Now these are the ones we use. They've got several pockets on them, allows you to carry all your tools with you so that you're not wasting as much time going back to grab the stuff that you need. You always have it all on you within your apron. Another thing too to have is you can get these really great caddies. We got these at Walmart. They're, I don't know exactly how much they are, but they're not that expensive. But it's really great for being able to put all your tools in. And you can even, in your own home, you can go ahead and have a station for your bathrooms, one for your kitchen, have one in the laundry room for all your bedrooms and stuff. So that's a really great idea. Another thing too that we like to do that helps us out in making sure that, with the coronavirus, okay, it's not air quotes, but you know what I'm talking about. This whole panic over this virus here is really a big issue of cross-contamination. So the main thing you want to make sure of is that what you're using for one specific type of surface, you're not using for all of them. So what we do is we color code. So you can see this really pretty, see? We use our yellow. Yellow is all of our all-purpose, so that's all of your countertops, doorknobs, light switches, just your general type stuff. And we always try to make sure we trade these out when we go from one room to the next so that we're not taking stuff from one to the other. So that's really good then. And then we use red, and now red, typically, red is like your caution, really. And if you've ever seen those videos, I've watched videos of where they are cleaning in a hotel, and the people will clean the toilet and then turn around and use that same cloth to wipe out your cup. Not okay. That's just scary. Really makes you kind of a little leery of going to a hotel because you don't know how well they do their stuff. Anyway, to keep that from happening, we use red cloths only on the toilets and around that area so that we know that when we have a red cloth on our hand, once we've used that, it goes in the dirty cloth bag and we don't go ahead and use it for anything else. It's only used for toilets and for the floors around them. So that's another thing to make sure that, if you want to make, I hate it when I do things that are redundant. If you just want to make sure that you're trying to avoid the whole cross-contamination, and then especially if you've got kids and you're trying to teach them and you don't want them to, well, I don't know about yours, but mine would probably go ahead and wipe one thing and just go ahead and keep using it and forget the fact that they've used it on something that we don't want them to touch the countertops with, like the toilet. Then we got our green cloths, and we use these for your stainless steel polishing stuff or your dusting, and that's really what all these are for. And then we have a blue cloth, which I don't have with me right now, but we use those for glass surfaces. So a really great way to help you out in cleaning your home like a professional is to make sure you've got color-coded cloths so that it helps you out with just keeping things separated, really. That's the main point there. The other thing is to make sure that when you start in a room that you go all the way around it like we've talked about, doing top to bottom, left to right. And really the left to right is more about just kind of where your starting entry point is to that room. You can shift that around. I mean, it's really not a huge issue. It's just the idea is once you start in an area, make sure you complete a thorough pass of that room or area before you start to do something else. That way you can prevent yourself from going from the kitchen to the bathroom and vice versa. So hopefully all of this has been helpful. If you are interested in us taking care of your cleaning needs for you, instead of trying to do all this yourself, we would love to help. You can go ahead and click on the messenger there in our Facebook stuff, on our Facebook page, so that you can go ahead and get an instant estimate. Also, just want to let you guys know, for those of you, this is March of 2020, and in fact, it's actually March 6th, Friday, March 6th. There we go. And we are running a St. Patty's Day giveaway, and what we're doing is we're giving away $200 worth of our cleaning services. If you go ahead and enter or go through our St. Patty's Day quiz, find out just how much you know about the holiday, enjoy the trivia stuff, share it with your friends, and we will be drawing a winner on St. Patty's Day and letting you guys know about that one. The other thing is if you guys have any ideas, topics you want discussed, please go ahead and let me know. I'd love to hear about that. And in the meantime, go ahead and have yourselves a wonderful weekend. It's still winter, and in some areas it's being very confusing because the temperatures are getting up there really well. It's been really great here in Idaho, in Napa this past week. Today's been a kind of, I call it kind of a little dreary. But wherever you might be, enjoy your time. Make sure you are cleaning less and living more, and we'll see you back here in another week. And because of the way Facebook works, I have to hit end video and then go ahead and click end again. Not sure why I have to do it twice, but hey, I'm not the one who created this. So with that said, you guys have a wonderful weekend.